The courtroom air hung thick with the scent of polished wood and stale coffee, but nothing could mask the metallic tang of betrayal slicing through Elena's chest. At 22, she just watched her own sister, Marissa, testify against her in a custody hearing, not for a child, but for the remnants of their fractured family legacy, a modest brownstone in Brooklyn that their late mother had willed equally to them both. Marissa's words echoed like gunfire. Elena's lifestyle choices make her unfit to steward our heritage. She's unstable, a risk to everything Mom built. Unstable. The word landed like a slap, unraveling the fragile thread Elena had clung to since coming out 3 years earlier, when Marissa had been her fiercest defender, arms wrapped around her in the kitchen that night, whispering, "I'll always have your back, no matter what they say." Elena's hands trembled on the scarred oak table, her green eyes, sharp and unyielding, inherited from their Irish grandmother, locking onto Marissa's across the room. Marissa, 30 at the time, sat ramrod straight in her tailored navy suit, her dark hair pulled into a severe bun that matched the cold set of her jaw. Once, that jaw had clenched in solidarity during family dinners turned interrogations, when their conservative Catholic aunts hurled Bible verses like grenades. "Elena's not broken," Marissa had snapped back then, her voice a shield. "She's family. End of story." But now, in this fluorescent-lit chamber off Flatbush Avenue, that shield was a sword, aimed straight at Elena's heart. The judge, a weary man with wire-rimmed glasses, cleared his throat. "Ms. Rivera, your testimony carries weight as the elder sibling. Do you stand by your assessment?" Marissa didn't flinch. "I do, Your Honor. For the good of the estate and our bloodline." As the gavel fell later that afternoon, awarding Marissa full control of the property with Elena relegated to a nominal advisory role, Elena stumbled out into the relentless July sun of 2015, the Brooklyn streets blurring through hot tears. She was a graphic designer by trade, scraping by on freelance gigs from her cramped studio apartment in Bushwick, but this loss gutted deeper than any unpaid invoice. The brownstone wasn't just bricks, it was Mom's laughter echoing in the hallways, the scent of Arroz con pollo on Sundays, the one place where Elena had felt truly seen before the world demanded she hide. And Marissa knew that. She'd known everything, the late-night confessions over cheap Merlot, the terror of their father's silent disapproval before his heart attack 2 years prior, the way Elena's first girlfriend, a barista named Jess, had shattered her with ghosting after their families collided. Elena hailed a cab to the East River, needing the water's rhythm to steady her pulse. She thought of calling Sophia, the woman who'd become her anchor 6 months ago, but pride clamped her throat shut. Sophia Morales, 24, with caramel skin that glowed under gallery lights and a laugh that could disarm a riot, worked as a curator at the Brooklyn Museum. They'd met at a queer art exhibit, Elena sketching feverishly in the corner, Sophia approaching with a knowing smile and 2 flutes of Prosecco. "You're capturing the rage in those lines," Sophia had said, her dark eyes lingering. "But there's hope there too. What's her name?" It was the start of stolen weekends in Sophia's Bed-Stuy walk-up, where whispers of forever mingled with the creak of floorboards. But Elena couldn't burden her with this, not yet. Instead she texted Marissa, "Why?" One word, raw and pleading. The reply came an hour later, as Elena nursed a beer at a riverside dive. "You forced my hand, Lena. The family's watching. I have a daughter to protect now." A daughter. Little Ava. Marissa's 4-year-old miracle from her brief marriage to that Wall Street drone who'd bolted after the divorce. Elena had babysat Ava countless times, braiding her tiny curls while Marissa worked double shifts as a paralegal. Ava called her Tia Lena, tugging at her sleeve for stories of brave knights who kissed princesses instead of saving them. Protection. The irony burned. Elena deleted the thread, her thumb hovering over Sophia's contact before she pocketed the phone. She walked home under sodium lamps, the city's hum a mocking lullaby vowing silently, "This ends today." No more begging for scraps from a table she'd helped set. By dawn Elena was packing. Not everything, just essentials. Her sketchpads, a few vintage tees, the silver locket Mom had given her with a faded photo of the 3 sisters as kids. Marissa, the middle one, always the mediator. Their older sister Carla, the golden child who'd fled to California after college, cutting ties when Elena came out. And Elena, the baby, the dreamer. The brownstone's deed might be lost, But her spine wasn't. She drafted an email to her freelance clients, announcing a sabbatical, chasing light in new places. Truth was she had none. No savings buffer. No safety net beyond a vague notion of crashing with Jess's old roommate upstate. But inertia was the real killer, and Elena refused to die slowly. Sophia showed up at noon, key in hand. Elena had given her a copy last month, a quiet milestone. "You look like hell," Sophia said, dropping grocery bags of tamales and plantains on the counter. Her wavy black hair was tied back, exposing the delicate curve of her neck, and Elena ached to trace it. "Talk." Sophia's voice was firm, her hands gentle as she pulled Elena onto the sagging couch. The story spilled out in fragments. The hearing Marissa's testimony, the sting of abandonment. Sophia listened without interrupting, her fingers interlacing with Elena's, a lifeline in the storm. "That's not protection," she said finally, voice low. "That's fear. And you don't owe her your forgiveness." Elena nodded, but doubt gnawed. What if this was the cost of loving women, of being unapologetically herself? The family fracture wasn't new. It had spiderwebbed since high school, when Elena's crushes on cheerleaders drew whispers in the pews of St. Agnes. Mom had hugged her tight, whispering, "God's got room for all hearts." Dad had retreated into silence. Marissa had bridged the gap, fierce and unyielding. That night, as rain lashed the windows, Sophia cooked arroz con candles, Elena's favorite, and they ate cross-legged on the floor, candles flickering shadows on the walls. "Come with me to the museum tomorrow," Sophia urged. "There's an exhibit on queer resilience. You need to see your story reflected back." Elena hesitated, then agreed. It was a small step, but steps built paths. Yet as Sophia slept beside her, Elena lay awake, replaying Marissa's testimony. Unstable. The word festered, a seed of self-doubt. By morning she'd decided. Confrontation. Not rage but clarity. She drove to Marissa's Queen's duplex that afternoon. Ava's tricycle abandoned on the stoop like a truce flag. Marissa answered the door in yoga pants, hair disheveled, a glass of Pinot in hand despite the early hour. "Lena, I didn't expect." "Save it," Elena cut in, stepping inside without invitation. The living room smelled of crayons and microwave popcorn, Ava's drawings taped to the fridge. "You sold me out. For what? To look good to the aunts? To Carla's ghost?" Marissa's face crumpled, then hardened. "You don't get it. The will specified moral stewards. Your phase, it's ammunition. I have Ava's future to think about, school districts, playdates. What if they find out about you?" "Phase." Elena's laugh was bitter. "This isn't a phase, Marissa. It's me. And you knew that when you held me after Jess left, when you drove me to therapy because the depression clawed so deep." Marissa poured another glass, avoiding her eyes. "I was young, naive. Now I'm a mom. Reality bites." The argument escalated, voices rising until Ava toddled in. Thumb in mouth, eyes wide. "Tia Lena mad?" Elena knelt, scooping her up, the weight a bomb and a blade. "No, mi amor. Just talking grown-up stuff." Marissa snatched Ava away, her grip too tight. "Leave, Elena. This isn't helping." Elena stood, chest heaving. "One day she'll ask why her Tia vanished. What will you say then?" The door clicked shut behind her, a finality that echoed louder than any gavel. Back in Bushwick, Sophia waited with open arms, but Elena's resolve cracked. She packed for good that week, subletting the apartment to a fellow artist, and boarded a Greyhound north to Hudson Valley. Freelance could follow. Distance was her first client. Months blurred into a tentative rhythm. Mornings sketching by the river, afternoons pitching designs to NYC firms via Zoom, evenings with Sophia, who visited weekends, her laughter chasing shadows. But the wound suppurated. Letters from Marissa arrived, stiff apologies laced with conditions. "Come back when you're settled." Elena burned them in the wood stove, ashes mingling with autumn leaves. By winter, she'd landed a steady gig illustrating a queer memoir, the pay enough for a tiny cottage rental. Sophia proposed cohabitation over New Year's, toasts clinking in a snow-dusted diner. "Build with me," she said. Elena whispered yes, sealing it with a kiss that tasted of pine and promise. Yet fate, that cruel curator, had other exhibits in mind. Spring brought a call from an unknown number. Carla, their estranged eldest sister, voiced thin over the line. Marissa's sick. Ovarian cancer. Stage 3. She wants to see you. Elena's world tilted. Sick. The word she'd hurled at Marissa in anger now boomeranged. Heavy with regret. She packed a bag, Sophia's hand on her shoulder. Go. But come back to me. The drive to Queens was a gauntlet of memories. Billboards blurring into flashbacks of childhood road trips. Mom's voice on the radio. Marissa's duplex looked shrunken, hedges overgrown. Inside, the air was sterile, chemo's ghosts lingering. Marissa lay propped on the couch, cheeks hollow, once vibrant eyes dulled. Ava, now 6, played quietly in the corner, oblivious. You came, Marissa rasped, extending a skeletal hand. Elena took it, the touch electric with unspoken grief. For Ava, she lied, then amended. For us. They talked haltingly, about Mom's recipes, Dad's old jokes, the brownstones' creaky stairs. No mention of the hearing, the abandonment. But as dusk fell, Marissa's grip tightened. I lied in court. Not about you being unstable, I meant me. I was scared. Carla's been pulling strings from Callie, whispering about family purity. I caved to keep the peace. Elena's throat closed. You chose them over me. Marissa nodded, tears carving paths. And now? I'm paying. Promise me you'll be there for Ava if. The if hung a guillotine. Elena promised, sealing it with a nod. Driving back that night, rain sheeting the windshield, she called Sophia, voice breaking. It's all unraveling. Sophia's reply was steady. Then we'll weave it stronger. But doubt lingered. Could forgiveness mend what fracture had wrought? Elena arrived home to find a package on the porch. A sketchbook from Marissa, filled with childhood drawings, Ava's, Elena's, even Carla's faded ones. Tucked inside, a note. Truth is, I envied your courage. Don't let my cowardice steal yours. The words ignited something fierce. Elena sketched late into the night, lines bold and unapologetic, a map to reclamation. Summer swelled, hot and unrelenting, mirroring the tension coiling in Elena's gut. Marissa's treatments dragged, remissions teasing hope only to snatch it back. Elena visited weekly, bridging the gap with stories for Ava. Tales of warrior queens who loved fiercely, unbound by crowns. Sophia joined sometimes, her presence a quiet revolution. Marissa watched them with a mix of awe and ache, once murmuring, You too. It's real, isn't it? Elena squeezed her hand. Real as this fight. But undercurrents stirred. Carla arrived unannounced one August afternoon. Tan from California sun, her designer tote slung like armor. Family summit, she announced, breezing into the duplex as if years hadn't eroded the welcome mat. Carla, 34 now, with the same dark waves as Marissa but sharpened by LA ambition. A real estate broker who traded Brooklyn roots for Malibu views, surveyed the room like a staging expert. This place needs light, she said, flicking on lamps despite the afternoon glare. Ava perked up at the sight of her, Tia Carla. But Elena stiffened, memories flooding. Carla's wedding, where Elena's date, a soft-spoken poet, had been forgotten in introductions, the Christmas card post coming out, blank inside save for a psalm verse on tolerance. Marissa shifted on the couch, for pole casting long shadows. What are you doing here? Carla knelt by her, air-kissing cheeks. Heard from the aunts. Said you were spiraling. Thought I'd intervene. Intervene. The word reeked of control, the same tone she'd used to veto Elena's art school dreams a decade ago. Practicality over passion, Lena. Elena stood, arms crossed. We're fine. Go back to your beach house. Carla's laugh tinkled, forced. Oh honey. This. She gestured at the cluttered space, the pill bottles on the coffee table. It's a cry for help. And you? Her gaze pinned Elena. Stirring drama won't help Marissa heal. Drama. As if Elena's existence were a plot twist to excise. Sophia, who'd arrived mid-confrontation with takeout from their favorite pupusa spot, set the bags down quietly, her eyes flashing warning. Lena's been here every week. That's not drama. That's love. Carla's brow arched, appraising Sophia like flawed inventory. And you are. Her partner. Sophia said, chin lifting the word a gauntlet thrown. The room crackled. Marissa coughed, breaking the standoff. Enough. Carla, sit. We're talking, not warring. Reluctantly, Carla perched on the armchair, legs crossed, while Ava colored at Elena's feet, humming a tune from Elena's stories. The conversation veered to logistics, Marissa's next scan, Ava's preschool enrollment, but undercurrents pulled. Carla dominated, rattling off solutions. A specialist in Boston. A trust fund for Ava skimmed from the brownstones' rental income. Elena listened, seething. The property, her rightful share, now funneled into Carla's grand designs. What about my stake? She interjected. Carla waved dismissively. Details later. Family first. Family. The invocation twisted like a knife. As evening deepened, Ava yawned and Elena volunteered bedtime, carrying her upstairs to the room splashed with unicorn decals. Tia Lena, is mommy better soon? Ava's whisper pierced. Elena tucked the blanket, kissing her forehead. She's fighting like a champ. And we've got your back, okay? Downstairs voices had hushed. Carla was mid-plea. Can't keep pretending, Marissa. The church group's asking questions. Elena's. Influence. Sophia's retort cut sharp. Influence? She's your sister, not a virus. Marissa's voice weak but steel-edged. Carla, stop. Elena saved me today, drove me to chemo when the cab bailed. Silence, then Carla's sigh. I'm protecting us all. From scandal. Elena lingered on the stairs, heart pounding. Protected. The pattern repeated. Carla's exile to the West Coast after Mom's funeral, leaving Marissa to shoulder the grief alone. Her remote advice during Marissa's divorce, blaming modern distractions for the husband's flight. Now this, positioning Elena as the scapegoat to preserve a facade of piety. She descended, confrontation brewing. Scandal? That's what this is about. Not Mom's will. Not the brownstone, your image. Carla rose, heels clicking. Grow up, Elena. The world's not your canvas. Some lines you don't cross. Sophia stepped forward, a wall. Love isn't a line. It's the whole damn picture. Marissa intervened, voice fraying. Out. Both of you. Ava needs peace. They left in tandem, Elena and Sophia to the car, Carla to a hotel, the rift widening. In the driveway under sodium glow, Carla paused. Think about what you're costing her, Lena. Marissa's fragile. Elena met her stare. What I'm costing? You mean what you're charging? The engine roared to life, carrying them back to the Hudson, where fireflies danced like defiant stars. Sophia drove, hand on Elena's knee. That woman's poison. Elena nodded, but the venom spread. Nights blurred into worry-fueled sketches. Portraits of Marissa fierce against white sheets. Ava's innocence a beacon. Freelance dried up as focus frayed. Bills stacking like accusations. Fall arrived with a vengeance. Leaves carpeting the valley roads in crimson accusations. Marissa's remission held tentative, allowing a family barbecue at the brownstone neutral ground, brokered by a social worker. Elena arrived wary, Sophia at her side. Arms laden with potato salad and Elena's latest prints as tentative olive branches. The aunts hovered, rosaries clinking like judgments, Carla holding court by the grill. Ava darted between legs, crowning Elena with a paper tiara. Queen Tia. Laughter bubbled, fragile. But as dusk fell, wine-loosening tongues, the underbelly surfaced. Aunt Rosa, lips pursed, cornered Elena by the azaleas. Heard you're still wandering. Pray on it, Mija. God heals. Wandering. Elena's retort died on Sophia's subtle squeeze. Faith's personal, Sophia murmured later, as they washed dishes side by side. Don't let them rewrite yours. Marissa pulled Elena aside in the study, the room unchanged, Mom's bookshelves groaning, Dad's pipe rack gathering dust. Carla's pushing a codicil to the will. Cutting you out entirely, citing lifestyle incompatibility. Elena's blood iced. And you? Marissa's eyes glistened. I said no. But she's got the aunt's signatures. Leverage. Betrayal's echo, softer this time but no less cutting. Elena paced, fists clenched. Why defend me now? After the testimony, the silence. Marissa sank into the desk chair, weary. Because losing you would kill me faster than this disease. And Ava, she adores you. Sees in you what I buried. Buried. The admission cracked Elena open. They hugged, bodies frail against the storm, whispering amends under the portrait of their younger selves, arms linked in eternal solidarity. The barbecue dissolved into awkward toasts, Carla's glare a laser across the table. That night back home, Elena unraveled. It's never enough, she sobbed into Sophia's shoulder, the dam breaking. Sophia held her, rocking gently. It is for me. For us. But sleep evaded, dreams tangled with courtrooms and chemo chairs. Dawn brought resolve, fight legally. Elena consulted a pro bono lawyer in Poughkeepsie, a no-nonsense dyke named Harper with tattoos peeking from her cuffs. We can challenge the codicil, Harper said over Zoom, files splayed. But it'll dredge everything, testimonies, family dirt. You ready for that exposure? Exposure. The word haunted, conjuring high school lockers scrawled with slurs, Jess's family barring the door. Yet hiding had cost the brownstone nearly her soul. Yes, Elena said. For the truth. Proceedings crawled through November's chill. Depositions in a sterile midtown office. Marissa testified remotely, voice steady via video. Elena's always been the heart of this family. My earlier words were fear, not fact. Carla countered in person, polished and poised. Protecting assets from instability. Standard clause. Instability. Again. Elena's cross-examination unearthed emails, Carla's to the ants, painting Elena as corrupting influence, Marissa as weak link. Gasps rippled. Even the stenographer paused. Carla flushed, composure cracking. Context, she sputtered. Harper leaned in. Context is coercion, Ms. Rivera. And it ends here. Winter clamped down, holidays a minefield. Elena and Sophia opted for a quiet cabin getaway, string lights twinkling against snowdrifts, but Marissa's call shattered the idyll. Relapse. Stage 4. Elena drove through blizzards, arriving to find Ava curled by her mother's bed, storybook open. Read to me, Tia? Ava pleaded. Elena did, voice weaving tales of heroines who bent but never broke. Marissa watched, smiling faintly. You're her North Star. The words lodged deep. Carla appeared sporadically, checks in hand for treatments, but her visits soured the air. Subtle digs at Sophia's art world whims. Reminders of traditional values. One evening as snow howled, Carla cornered Elena in the kitchen. Drop the suit. For Marissa's sake. This stress. Elena whirled, spoon mid-stir. Your stress, you mean? Afraid the ants see your puppet strings. The slap came swift, Carla's palm connecting with Elena's cheek. Shock bloomed red. Sophia burst in, pulling Elena back, eyes blazing. Get out. Carla stormed off, tires spinning gravel. Bruise fading but rift eternal. Marissa, overhearing from the hall, wept. I chose wrong. Always. Elena knelt, forehead to hers. Choose now. Tell Ava the truth. About me, about us. Marissa nodded, summoning strength for a family meeting the next day. Ava sat between them, Carla absent via flu. Mommy and us love girls, Marissa said simply. Like princes love princesses but different. And that's beautiful. Ava beamed. Liking your stories. Light pierced the gloom. But light cast shadows. January brought the ruling. Codicil invalidated, Elena's share restored. Minus legal fees that bit deep. Carla appealed. Venom in voicemails. You'll regret this. Elena blocked her, focusing on Marissa's palliative care, shuttling between valley and city. Sophia anchored, curating an exhibit on familial fractures. Elena's illustrations the centerpiece. Raw strokes of betrayal and bloom. Opening night, March equinox drew crowds. Queer elders nodding recognition, young activists snapping pics. Marissa attended in a wheelchair, Ava wheeling her, pride swelling Elena's chest. You did this, Marissa whispered amid applause. No. We did. Spring thawed the ground, but not the chill in Marissa's veins. Elena balanced dual lives. Design deadlines, bedside vigils. Ava's questions grew pointed. Will mommy get better like in movies? Elena deflected with honesty wrapped in hope. Sophia proposed amid cherry blossoms. Rings simple silver, echoing their first touch. Marry me. Yes, a vow against voids. Wedding plans whispered small by the river, Ava as flower girl. But May shattered hospice. Marissa's choice homebound in Queens. Elena sold sketches to fund it. Canvases of resilience fetching bids. The end came swift, June solstice. Elena held her hand as monitors flatlined. Ava's head on her lap. Sophia in the doorway, silent sentinel. Love you, Marissa breathed. All of you. Gone. The funeral was a circus. Aunts in black veils, Carla eulogizing piety. Elena's tribute a story. Marissa as the bridge, bold then bowed but unbroken. Backyard burial plot under the oak mom loved. Ava clung. Tia, don't leave. Never, Elena promised, sealing it with a pinky swear. Grief's weight bent but didn't break. Elena took guardianship. Court swift with Marissa's will naming her. Carla contested. Unfit. The old slur. Hearing loomed, summer swelter. Sophia prepped dinners. Ava finger-painted coping. Family's what we make, Sophia said one night, stars pricking sky. Elena nodded, resolve hardening. The truth long buried stirred. August baked the courtroom in a haze of recirculated air. Fans whirring futilely against the humidity seeping through cracked windows. Elena sat rigid. Ava fidgeting beside her in a starched dress. The girl's small hand slick with nerves in Elena's palm. At 7, Ava understood fragments. Mommy and heaven as loving each other. But the stakes here loomed larger than fairy tales. Carla's petition for custody crackled with urgency. Elena Rivera, while devoted, maintains an unstable household influenced by her unconventional partnership, endangering Ava's moral development. Unconventional. The euphemism slithered, echoing high school counselors' phases, corporate HR's diversity training. Harper, Elena's lawyer, had prepped her. Stay calm. Let facts speak. But facts felt like fists when Carla took the stand, her testimony a scalpel. Marissa confided her regrets about Elena's choices, the strain on family ties. Ava needs stability, not experimentation. Experimentation. Elena's jaw clenched, green eyes flashing to Sophia in the gallery. Her partners not a tether. They'd moved Ava into the cottage post-funeral, transforming the loft into a bunk bed wonderland. Glow stars, sketch easels, shelves of Marissa's rescued books. Stability? It was there in Sophia's bedtime routines. Elena's steady gigs now bolstered by exhibit residuals. But Carla painted shadows. Late nights at openings, questionable influences from Elena's queer circle. The judge, a stern woman with salt and pepper bun, scribbled notes. Ms. Rivera, evidence? Carla slid folders. Bank statements cherry-picked for lean months. Photos of pride parades Elena had attended with Ava on shoulders, beaming amid rainbows. Harper countered fiercely, calling character witnesses. The museum director praising Sophia's ethics. A neighbor attesting to Elena's nurturing. Even Ava's teacher, voice warm. She's thriving, artistic, empathetic, ahead in reading. Then Ava herself, sworn in gently, perching on the box like a bird. I want Tia Lena, she said, voice piping clear. She reads stories where girls love girls and it's okay. Mommy said so. Gasps rippled. Carla's face blanched. The judge adjourned for deliberation, but the damage lingered. Outside, paparazzi light hovered, local press sniffing family drama. A tabloid snippet already viral. Lesbian feud over niece's soul. Elena shielded Ava, ushering her to ice cream at a corner deli. Spoons clinking against the assault. Sophia met them there, arms enveloping. You were brave, kiddo. Ava licked sprinkles, eyes wide. Will mean Tia Carla take me? Elena forced a smile. Not if we fight fair. But fairness frayed that night. Wine bottle emptying as Elena paced the kitchen. She's weaponizing Mom's memory. Twisting Marissa's last words into ammunition. Sophia pulled her close, breath steadying. Then we honor Marissa by winning clean. No low blows. Clean. The ideal chafed against Carla's arsenal. Private investigators digging into Elena's past flings. Jess's ghosting spun as abandonment patterns. Sleepless, Elena sketched interrogations. Carla as puppeteer. Strings to Aunt's rosaries. Catharsis in charcoal. September's cusp brought the verdict. Custody to Elena. Supervised visits for Carla. Relief flooded but victory soured quick. Carla's appeal filed same day, stalling permanence. She's relentless. Elena vented to Harper over coffee in a Rhinebeck cafe, leaves turning gold outside. Harper stirred sugar pragmatic. Money buys time. Hers is deeper pockets. Deeper pockets. Carla's LA commissions brownstone sublets. Elena countered with community. Queer legal aid fundraisers Sophia's network pitching Ava's story. Anonymized as inspiration. But pressure mounted. Ava's nightmares surfaced. Dreams of mommy's empty bed. Tia Carla's stern face. Elena soothed with lullabies, Sophia adding harmonies, their trio of fragile chord. October harvest moon lit a turning. An envelope arrived unmarked, postmarked Queens. Inside letters, Marissa's handwriting dated last winter. To Elena. Forgive my silence, it was chains, not choice. To Carla. Stop the crusade. Love isn't conquest. To Ava. Be brave like your TIAs. Elena's breath hitched. Sophia read over her shoulder, tears salting pages. How? Stamped return. Ava's old preschool. A teacher loyal to Marissa had safeguarded them. Weapon. Elena forwarded copies to Harper. Ethical minefield navigated. The appeal hearing, November fog cloaking the courthouse, hinged on them. Carla's lawyer objected. Hearsay. But the judge admitted, voice grave. These speak to intent. Carla testified last, composure fraying. Marissa was delirious. Influenced. The irony boomeranged. Harper pressed. You mean like your emails urging her to reconsider Elena's role? Screenshots flashed. Carla's pleas for alignment with values. The gallery murmured. Ants in back row shifted uncomfortably. Carla cracked. I was saving us from judgment, from loss. Loss. The word hung mirror to Elena's own fears. Verdict. Appeal denied. Full custody Elena's. Carla's exit was glacial, a nod devoid of warmth. This isn't over. But it was legally. Elena scooped Ava into a hug outside, leaves swirling confetti. Home, she whispered. Winter wrapped them gentle that year, holidays reclaimed. Tree trimming with ornaments from Mom's attic, lax fried in the brownstone's kitchen. Now Elena's half, renovated modestly. Sophia's ring glinted as she hung tinsel. Ava giggling at the latter wobbles. Carla sent a card, stiff, signed solo. For Ava's sake, consider mediation. Elena filed it away, focus on healing. Ava's therapy sessions bloomed drawings. Family portraits with 3 TIAs, hearts linking. Elena's work surged. A children's book contract, illustrations of diverse kinships. Bridges, the title nod to Marissa. But fractures lingered subterranean. Spring rains unearthed one. A call from Aunt Rosa, voice quavering. Carla's spiraling. Lost a big client. Mumbling about curses. Curses. The family's lexicon for Elena's queerness. Guilt nod. Had the fight broken Carla? Sophia scoffed over dinner. She broke herself chasing phantoms. Yet Elena visited, driving to a sterile midtown high-rise where Carla now crashed post-LA burnout. The apartment screamed transience. Boxes stacked, wine stains on carpet. Carla answered in silk pajamas, hollow-eyed. Come to gloat. Elena entered, hands empty. Come to talk. Like sisters. They sat on the balcony, city lights a distant roar. Carla poured scotch neat. You won. Happy. Elena sipped burning path. No one's winning when we're shards. Carla laughed, brittle. Shards? You mean the family you shattered, parading your lifestyle. Lifestyle. Elena leaned in. Love, Carla. Call it love. And it didn't shatter, your fear did. Carla's facade splintered, sobs racking. I was scared for Mom after Dad. Thought if I held the line we'd stay whole. Whole. The myth they'd all chased. Elena shared her own terrors. Coming out's isolation. Jess's betrayal echoing Carla's control. Hours passed, dawn gilding the skyline. Help me fix this, Carla whispered. Elena nodded. Start with Ava. No strings. Reconciliation crept tentative. Carla's visits supervised. Reading to Ava with stiff enthusiasm thawing to genuine smiles. Aunt Rosa joined picnics, rosary pocketed, asking tentative questions about Sophia's exhibits. Elena's wedding loomed, June Riverside, guessed a tapestry of queer kin and mending blood. Invite sent to Carla, RSVP pending. Ava designed the programs, crayons bold. Love wins always. Sophia officiated a rehearsal, laughter echoing. But pre-wedding jitters stirred old doubts. Was this peace bought cheap, or earned in blood? May's warmth brought bloom and blight. Ava's school play cast her as tree sprite. But a parent's whisper campaign, unfit guardian, reached the principal. Elena confronted, voice steel. Address it head-on or we escalate. Resolution. Sensitivity training, apology. But the barb stuck. Carla confessed over coffee. I heard. Didn't stop it. Thought it'd sway custody. Betrayal's aftershock, milder but stinging. Elena walked out, heart-leaden. Trust rebuilds slow, she texted. Sophia waited with wine, empathy incarnate. You're enough. We are. The wedding day dawned luminous, Hudson sparkling under cerulean sky. Vows exchanged under willow arches. Elena's, I choose you, every fracture. Sophia's, in light and shadow forever. Ava scattered petals beaming. Carla attended, back row, clapping softly. Post-ceremony toast she approached, glass raised. To Bridges. Elena clinked, tentative. But eyes held questions. Could blood mend what dogma tore? Summer deepened bonds. Honeymoon postponed for Ava's camp. Elena freelancing from the brownstone sunroom. Now studio canvases alive. Carla's visits regularized. Stories shared of LA's hollow glitz. One evening, barbecue redux. Aunts toasting inclusivity. Ava's laughter the glue. Yet under stars, Carla pulled Elena aside. I read your book. Bridges. Made me think about what I burned. Bridges to Elena, to Marissa's truth. Then build new, Elena said. Carla nodded, but shadows lingered in her gaze. Fall's palette turned, school routines solidifying. Ava's questions evolved. Why did Tia Carla be mean? Elena knelt, honest. Fear me amor. But fear fades with love. Therapy reinforced, family sessions now quartet, Elena, Sophia, Ava, Carla, Harper mediating early then fading. Progress. Carla's admission. I envied your authenticity. Hid mine in deals. Authenticity. The word unlocked tears, hugs. But authenticity's price. Carla's church exile, aunts divided loyalties. Worth it. Sophia asked post-session driving home. Elena pondered. For Ava, yes. November elections buzzed. National rifts mirroring theirs. Elena volunteered at queer youth centers. Ava tagging along for crafts. Carla joined once, awkward but present. Holiday cards arrived, collective signed all. Yet December's eve snow blanketing a package. Marissa's locket, repaired, engraved inside. Truth binds. From Carla. Note. You were right. Niece sees clearest. Ava opening it gasped. Mommies. The circle tightened. But circles break. January's thaw revealed cracks. Carla's relapse into old patterns, canceling visits with work crises. Elena confronted, phone hot. No more ghosts. Carla's voice cracked. Trying. But the ants. They're pulling. The web endured. Elena hung up, resolve stealing. We set boundaries, she told Sophia, Ava asleep upstairs. Boundaries, scheduled calls, no overrides. Enforcement hurt but healed. Spring cycled anew. Wedding anniversary marked with river picnic. Ava 8 now sketched their portrait, 3 figures, hearts entwined. Family, she captioned. Carla arrived late, bearing cake, apology in eyes. I slipped. Won't again. Forgiveness measured. Elena accepted but watched. Summer's heat tested. Aunt's reunion invite, veiled ultimatum. Bring Ava, leave the friend. Elena declined, hosting countergathering. Queer elders, Sophia's curators, Ava's school pals. Laughter drowned echoes. Carla texted. Missed opportunity. Elena replied. Ours to define. As leaves turned once more, Elena reflected in her journal. Costs tallied. Lost years, courtroom scars, Marissa's ghost. Gains. Sophia's ring, Ava's trust, Carla's faltering thaw. Truth, niece's lens, refracted light on shadows. October's frost etched patterns on the brownstone windows. A lace of warning as Elena rifled through attic boxes. Ava's curiosity a shadow at her heels. 8-year-old fingers unearthed relics. Mom's yellow diaries, Dad's war medals, a bundle of letters tied with faded ribbon, Marissa's hand, addressed to my girls. The custody wars had ebbed to supervised peace. Carla's appeals exhausted, but vigilance lingered like morning mist. Elena untied the bow, pages crackling with secrets. Ava peered over, braids swinging. Secrets from Mommy? Elena nodded, throat tight, unfolding the topmost. Dated 2014 pre-diagnosis. To Elena. If you're reading this, I've failed you again. The hearing. I testified lies to shield Ava from Carla's wrath. She threatened to cut us off funds support. Forgive my spine of straw. Elena's pulse thundered. Lies. Not just fear but coercion. Carla's invisible hand puppeteering the blade. She skimmed further. Entries chronicling pressure, Carla's calls post-divorce. Shape up or ship out. Leveraging shared bank access. Antly gossip as currency. Marissa's scrawls begged absolution. You were the brave one. I hid. Ava tugged her sleeve. Read aloud. Elena hesitated. Then did, voice steady for the girl, editing barbs to bomb. But inside fury fermented. This wasn't mere abandonment. It was orchestrated exile. Sophia found them there. Attic dust motes dancing in her flashlight beam. What did you dig up? Elena handed a page, Sophia's face hardening. We confront. Now. Confrontation brewed over cider in the kitchen. Autumn apples scenting air. Carla arrived bundled against chill. Cheeks flushed from the walk. What's urgent? Elena slid the letters across oak. Read. Carla's eyes scanned, color draining. These are private. Private? Like your threats. Elena's voice rose, green eyes stormlit. Ava, ushered to her room by Sophia, paused at the stairs, eavesdropping's pull strong. Carla crumpled a sheet. Desperate times. Marissa was drowning bills, ex's alimony dodges. I helped. Helped. The euphemism curdled. Sophia interjected, calm thunder. By selling out your sister? Forbidding Elena's role in Ava's life. Carla's retort faltered. I protected the legacy. Mom's values. Values. Elena laughed sharp. Mom hugged me when I came out. You twisted her will into a noose. The room spun accusations. Carla's defense of practicality. Elena's of betrayal's toll. Nights adrift, freelance famines. Sophia mediated, hands raised. Truth's out. Now what? Ava deserves unity, not vendettas. Carla deflated, shoulders slumping. I regret. The cancer scared me, thought I'd lose her, then you both to this. Divide. Divide. Elena's divide. Loving Sophia. Claiming space unapologetically. They parted unresolved. Carla clutching letters like indictments. November's gray skies mirrored moods as Elena processed, sketches turning turbulent. Carla as puppeteer. Strings snapping under Ava's scissors. The girl sensed shifts, questions probing. Tia Carla bad? Elena balanced. Human. We all mess up. School parent-teacher night amplified. Principal praising Ava's empathy, but a whisper from a holdout aunt. Watch the influences. Elena reported it, board investigating bias. Victory small but cumulative. Carla's next visit brought apology baked into flan. Hands trembling as she served. I was wrong. Let me make amends for Ava. Amends. Elena tested. Start with truth. Tell the aunts. Carla paled but nodded. For her. The family call Thanksgiving Eve was a tightrope. Aunts on speaker. Voices overlapping in Spanglish fervor. Carla cleared throat. Sisters. I've held grudges. Elena's love for Ava, for Sophia, it's pure. Like Mom's. Silence, then Rose's gasp. But the church. Church evolves, Carla cut. Or we do. Murmurs rippled. Tentative approvals. Elena exhaled, Ava piping. Turkey time. Laughter bridged. Post-call, Carla lingered, eyes searching. Enough. Elena clasped her hand. Step 1. Steps built. Carla co-hosting Ava's birthday, piñata swings uniting. Winter solstice brought depth. Elena's book tour for bridges. Readings in Boston, Philly, Sophia and Ava tagging for the kickoff. Crowd swelled, stories resonating. A mom embracing her dyke daughter post-reading. tears mirroring Elena's. Carla attended the NYC stop, back row again but clapped loudest. Post-signing she approached with a gift. Restored photo album, Elena's coming out shots reinstated, her and Jess at prom alternate gowns. History not erasure. Elena flipped pages, ache easing. Thank you. But history's weight pressed. Jess's number, dug from old contacts, a whim dial under eggnog haze. Elena? Wow. Reconnect? Coffee, platonic, unearthed closures. Jess's family pressures, regrets shared. No sparks but peace. Spring's renewal tested. Ava's first crush, a classmate named Mia, braids and braces. She's pretty, Ava confided, cheeks pink. Elena guided, gentle. Tell her. Hearts heal. Mia reciprocated, playground handhold sparking antly frets. Rosa called. Too young. Elena mediated. Love learns early. Carla backed her, surprising. Let her bloom. Bloom they did, summer camps co-ed. Ava's letters home bubbly. Elena's career crested. Sequel contract. Echoes. Delving deeper fractures. Sophia curated tie-in exhibit. Brooklyn Museum buzzing. But summer storms brewed. Carla's LA return job offer tempting. 6 months. For stability. Stability. Elena's gut twisted, echo of courtrooms. Ava needs consistency. Carla wavered then declined. You're right. Here. Loyalty's test passed. Yet shadows. Anonymous email to Elena's agent. Unfit author corrupts youth. Harper traced to an aunt's IP. Confrontation yielding confession. Feared for souls. Souls. Elena's response. Open letter in the book afterward. Love saves, not smites. Backlash brief support title. Fall harvested growth. Family retreat to the Cape. Rented cottage by dunes. Evenings bonfiring, stories circling Marissa's antics, Dad's quiet wisdom. Carla shared her own buried. College crush on a roommate. Suppressed for duty. I projected, she admitted, embers glowing. Elena squeezed shoulder. No more. Ava, roasting marshmallows, declared. Best fam ever. Laughter sealed. November's chill deepened resolve. Elena and Sophia's adoption paperwork for Ava. Formalizing guardianship. Carla witnessed, pen steady. Proud. Court date December. Holidays pending. Judge reviewed. Smiling at Ava's drawing submitted as exhibit. 4 figures labeled Forever Home. Approved. Celebration. Brownstone bash, tamales steaming. Aunts dancing merengue with Sophia's tia from Puerto Rico. Carla pulled Elena aside amid chaos. You built this. I followed. But follows falter. January's New Year brought Carla's confession over brunch. Relapsed drinking, triggered by Aunt's lingering judgments. Hit a bar after Rose's call. You're soft on sin. Sin. Elena's heart ached. Cycle unbroken? Get help. We go with. Rehab stint, outpatient, family AA meetings awkward but anchoring. Ava drew get well cards. Strong like mommy. Carla emerged leaner, clearer. Sobriety's my bridge. Bridges multiplied. Aunt Rose's pride attendance. Tentative questions on your wife. Spring equinox marked 2 years wed. Vow renewal intimate, Riverbank. Ava officiating in oversized bow tie. You promise. Giggles, yes. Carla gifted engraved plaque. Truth binds us. Engraving echoed the locket. Full circle. Summer's languor hit tension. National headlines. Anti-LGBT bills snaking legislatures. Elena testified remotely for youth protections. Voice carrying Ava's face in mind. Carla rallied, cold calling senators from her firm. For the next gen. United front. As leaves turned amber once more. Elena journaled under lamplight. Ava snoring softly, Sophia's arm draped warm. Costs. Years stolen, trusts rebuilt brick by brick. Gains. A niece's truth, niece now daughter illuminating paths. But illumination invites scrutiny. One crisp October morn as they raked yard leaves, Ava unearthed a buried letter, Carla's to Marissa undated. If I can't have peace, neither will she. She. Elena. The puppetry's root. Jealousy of freedom. November's gratitude circle, round table laden. Ava led toasts. To truths told late. Late but luminous. December's hush blanketed Brooklyn in powdered sugar. Street lamps haloed against the eve. Elena bundled Ava against flurries, the girl's mittens tugging her toward the brownstone stoop, where holiday lights twinkled tentative welcome. 2 years post Marissa, the house breathed easier. Sophia's touches in woven tapestries, Ava's finger paint murals, Elena's canvases leaning like sentinels. But tonight's gathering pulsed with unspoken stakes. Full family summit, aunts included, brokered by Carla's rehab-forged clarity. Will they be nice? Ava whispered, breath fogging glass. Elena knelt, green eyes level. They're trying like us. And if not, we leave strong. Strong. The mantra, etched from courtrooms to campouts. Inside, warmth enveloped, cider steaming, empanadas crisping. Rosa bustled, apron dusted flour, her rosary now a necklace, not weapon. Other aunts milled, conversations halting at Elena and Sophia's entrance, hands linked. Carla hovered by the tree, ornaments glinting. One sketched Marissa, Elena's gift last Christmas. Welcome, she said, voice steady, hugging Ava tight. The circle formed, plates laden, but air thickened with the unsaid. Rosa broke ice. Bless this food and our mending. Mending. Nods rippled, but eyes darted to Sophia, the other. Dinner progressed in fits. Laughter at Ava's school tales, sighs over Marissa's recipes replicated. Then post-pie, Carla rose, glass raised. A toast. To truths. Truths. The room stilled. She continued, words measured. I held lies to protect, I thought. But lies fracture. Elena, Sophia, you showed grace I lacked. Marissa would beam. Beams caught light. Aunts shifted, Rosa dabbing eyes. But Tia Lucia, sharp-tongued holdout, interjected. Grace? Or compromise? The Bible. Elena's turn, hand squeezing Sophia's. Bible's love, Tia. First commandment. Murmurs, Lucia pursed but held tongue. Ava piped. Love like in stories. Laughter diffused, circle holding. Post-gathering, cleanup cathartic, Sophia sudsing, Elena drying, Ava stacking with yawns. Carla lingered, helping. That was. Progress. Elena nodded. Yours. But progress probes. Lucia's parting whisper to Rosa. Still unnatural. Overheard by Ava, relayed tearful next morn. Elena addressed. School pickup detour to park bench. Words hurt, but they're not you. You're loved whole. Ava hugged fierce. Like you and Mommy loved? Yes. The echo comforted. January's resolutions rooted deep. Family charter drafted. Monthly check-ins, no judgments, Ava's veto power. Carla facilitated, her firm pro bono for queer orgs now. Elena's echoes launched to acclaim. Tours blending readings with panels on familial reconciliation. Sophia's exhibit toured too. Ava mascot at openings, sketching crowds. Spring's thaw mirrored. Aunt's potluck, Lucia arriving with queer ally pin. For Ava. Pin small but pivot. Yet pivot's pitch. May school fundraiser. Bake sale, Elena's rainbow cookies drawstairs, one dad's slur. Indoctrination. Ava overhears, crumples home. Elena marches to PDA, testimony raw. My daughter's heart isn't debate. Backlash. Petition for neutrality. Carla quashing with legal letterhead. Overreach, she signs, CC'd aunts. United they prevail, cookie sellout, Ava beaming. Summer's idol interrupted. Carla's diagnosis, breast cancer, early treatable. Echo of Marissa's thief. Elena at her side, chemo drives. Ava's cards lining hospital tray. Payback. Carla joked weakly. Elena squeezed. Karma's circle. Circle closed in vigils, Sophia stocking soups. Aunts praying evolved psalms. Remission by August, Carla's bald head crowned with scarves. Ava's design. Warrior Tia. Fall's harvest thanked. Labor Day picnic, full roster. Queer friends mingling, aunts story swapping. Lucia shares. My nephew gay. Hit him too. Revelations ripple. Elena sketches the scene. Harvest titled for next book. November's chill tests temper. National vote sours, rights rolled back in states. Elena rallies locally, Carla funding. Ava chanting signs. Equality. Echoes Marissa's fight. December loops, 2 years on, summit redux, tree taller, lights brighter. Toasts evolve, Lucia's. To love's many faces. Faces flushed but genuine. Ava 9 leads Carol's voice pure. Post-feast, attic revisit. Letters archived, new journal started. Families collaborative. Entries, Elena's forgiven. Carla's redeemed. Ava's whole. But wholeness whispers questions. January dawn, coffee steaming, Sophia muses. Is mending ever done? Elena ponders, watching Ava build snow lady outside. Done. No ongoing like breath. Spring cycles. Ava's coming out fears aired early. What if I like boys and girls? Elena hugs. All love's welcome. Sophia adds. We're your map. Carla visiting nods. Learned late but here. Summer's heat forges. Book 3, revealed. Nieces lens central, Ava co-illustrator Truths Illustrated. Launch packs house, Aunt's front row proud. Fall whispers maturity. Ava's tween queries. Why fight so hard? Elena. For your free heart. Carla appends. And mine borrowed. November circle ever widening. New baby cousin announced. Carla's via surrogate queer dad partner revealed. Your turn inspired, she confesses. Inspired. The chain. December's close lights aglow, Elena journals final. Costs paid in tears, trials, truths unearthed. Gains infinite. Sister reclaimed, niece's light guiding. But light poses. Was abandonment scar worth the mending shine? Or did fracture forge stronger steel? In the end, as snow dusts the brownstone, Ava tugs Elena to window pointing star. Wish Tia. Elena closes eyes. For unbroken tomorrows. But tomorrows ask. Can blood's betrayals ever truly bind? Or do they forever etch the cost of truth? Is family redemption a gift or a debt that outlives us all?